Hello everybody! Welcome back to another video today. I am drawing Shay again today. Surprise, surprise. This video was inspired by a reference I was looking at on Pinterest. It wasn't quite a copy picture for picture, which I was actually super happy with. I saw that design and I kind of saw the chin underneath it. And it made me think of a different idea, which is the idea I went with. So I went ahead and popped that reference up on the side, and I got my sketch done. And then once I got my sketch done, I got a little 3D model so I could kind of get the exact pose I wanted, because I knew I was going to do line art on this one and I kind of wanted it to look good, because usually when I do just my own stuff it doesn't look very good and I like things to look good. And I was having a little bit of trouble with my tablet today because I was just it stopped working when I was first drawing the head, and I had to pause the recording, unplug, replug it in, and it happens occasionally with the tablet. It's really annoying. But then I got back to work and just kept working on it, and this drawing is probably the longest one I've done in quite a while, a couple weeks. As you well know, I haven't really posted the last 2 weeks very consistently. I was super busy the week before, first week of June, and then last week I was just kind of tired and couldn't really think of anything to draw and wanted to just take a little break. So I was kind of reading a lot of comics and playing some Subnautica, so that was super fun. And then in this drawing, the hardest part for me is 2 things usually. It's usually always the wings and the sword. Because those are things that I do not see in my day-to-day life. Obviously, people don't have wings, so it's really difficult for me to draw them. And 99% of the references of other artists drawing online is going to be like feather wings and not like dragon or bat wings. And so, unfortunately, I did go off the reference I was going on, which kind of helped me with direction I wanted to put them in, but it wasn't exact because their style of wings was like the ragged edges and mine was not. So I still had to do my own thing in a way. And then I sort of copied their hair, and then I got the idea to do the blindfold coming off of the face because I was like, well, why would the hand be up there other than to hold like a scarf or to hold the blindfold? So I was like, well, she doesn't wear a scarf. And in this scene in particular, Shay is fighting in an arena where she had been captured by bad people. And so I had been thinking of different ways to kind of draw that out. Like, how would she be able to fight in the arena but not be able to just fly away? And so the solution I kind of came up with was an idea given to me by the reference, which was a chained foot. So they got a very long chain on the foot, and I figured it would be really cool to think of ways for her to fight while being chained, so it's like a huge limitation, and so it would make the fight more interesting. And one day I'm gonna draw a really cool fight when I can get to that level. But I'm not quite there yet, but I've got all these ideas spinning around in my noggin about things happening. So, I mean, in this scene, she's fighting something. It's like a creature or a gladiator or something. And so she has to take her blindfold off for a second to take a good look at it. So I would probably say it's going to be like a magical creature of some sort that she would have to want to look at. Just one reason or another. She's not blind. She just wears the blindfold because, one, she's an albino and you can't see very well as an albino. The eyesight's not the best, and then also sunlight is very hard on your eyes when you have albinism, so you have to usually wear sunglasses or just be very careful so you don't get burned. So I just kind of have that as, she fights with a blindfold on because obviously it looks cool, but it kind of little science behind it. And then the way I justified that she can fight without being able to see is, well, she can use air magic to like sense things around her, magic-y stuff. It works. I haven't fully solidified this world yet. I mean, I obviously have a story in the works. Well, not obviously, because nobody's ever seen it, but I've been working on it for a little bit, and hopefully someday soon I'll be able to finish it. But I'm not a very good writer. I'm a better artist than I'm a writer, and well, you can see my art. So obviously my writing's not that good, and I had a lot of ideas from when I was 14-ish, 15-ish, and I had a completely different story back then and just had this character who was totally different from she is now. And so a very difficult thing for me is to not write a character who's a self-insert. And so this character has evolved over time to not be just the I'm 14 and this is deep character of myself. So I'm very proud with how this character is turning out, and I'm really trying to figure out the kind of journey I want her to go on, and the friends you make along the way, and kind of the premise of the story would be, you know, you have an assassin who hates people, or doesn't get along with them, and then she gets thrust into a situation where she has to choose between making allies or friends and dying, because obviously she's going to be greatly handicapped, because with this one, her main fighting style is obviously, if you're an assassin, going to be stealth and sneaking up. So just imagine in Skyrim, you're the sneak assassin, and they see you, you're dead. Like, you die, right? So that's the kind of assassin she is. She's like hit them with the stuff before they see her, and you get that sneak attack times 100. But then when they see her, like, she's in broad daylight in an arena, it's a lot harder to fight very well, and so she's got to dodge, but she's got this chain, and so one of her main assets, which is her speed and dexterity, is greatly hampered. So I just got to think of different ways to, like, you know, push the main character and all of that, because she is the main character. And then the other main character is Turk, so the blonde guy with blue turquoise eyes that I've drawn once or twice. I'm not very good at drawing guys, but you know, I try my best. I think I've been getting a little bit better. The 3D models obviously help, and I've been using a lot more real-life references as opposed to just anime references. I think that was my biggest downfall in only being able to draw like one body type and one face type. I still struggle with faces a lot, as I'm sure you can easily tell when you look at my art, but for the most part I would say it's pretty good, and well, getting better. And then for the arena in the background here, you can see I'm drawing the little curtains. That was like a last minute decision, and I was like, oh, it looks cool. The way I imagine this is not something I can draw, unfortunately, because my skill is not quite there. I used kind of like an AI thing to just kind of give me a reference of sort of what I think of, but it's nowhere even close. So I kind of imagine like a medieval or like very raggedy but also cool type of arena. Not like the Colosseum, which is like professional, but this one is like a bit barbarian kind of Colosseum, but it's still really prestigious within the barbarian tribes. So they all really like it, and so it's like wood and metal and like all sorts of different things combined together to make this like raggedy, ugly, like scary place. But unfortunately I can't really draw it the way I can think of it in my head. So I just used a little reference to kind of give me an idea, and I didn't even really copy the reference entirely for the arena because AI is just not there. It really isn't. But it did give me a good reference, because everything I just googled to try and find a reference did not quite get the angle I wanted to get, because you probably can remember the last time I drew an arena, or maybe you didn't, because you probably didn't know it was an arena, but it was the No Sunlight Please video with Turk and Shay. It was kind of a comedic scene, but that was supposed to be an arena. And the reason I did not use actual colors in this drawing, as you can see, is because I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna turn out like that again, and I did not want that. But Anyway, now we are coming to the end of the video. I'm almost done drawing here, as you can see. I got the little colors in, and I actually colored her clothes in. I was initially just going to make it completely like grayscale, black and white, but I did want to darken things a little bit just to make it look super cool. I wanted to give it a paper sort of feeling, and I really liked how it turned out. And then I did just the red on her eyes, or the pinkish red, so I thought it turned out really good. And I was really happy with how it turned out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little rant and my video. See you again next time. Bye!